Welcome back, mercenaries, to Wartales, where we are about to gain access to the Tomb of the Ancients in Ludern. This is where the game hits us with some of the most challenging combat encounters and some of the greatest rewards. Now, I have not seen inside these ruins at all. I've not been peeking around off camera, but I already know what the greatest reward we are going to be able to pick up is, and that is knowledge. And that's not some cop-out philosophical answer. We can literally gain so many knowledge points as we delve through here. And this is an enormous tip for any of you guys who wants to be able to get the most out of delving through this tomb. You want to make sure that your scholar has as much experience in their occupation as possible, preferably to have already advanced from novice up to apprentice. Because just look at this perk up here. Solving a puzzle in the Tomb of the Ancients grants 1 knowledge point. This is absolutely amazing because the cost of being able to get knowledge points keeps on going up and up, and the developers keep on throwing in more things that you can spend knowledge points on. So being able to get a slew of points right here as we explore the tomb is going to do so much to satiate my completionist desire to unlock all of these little question marks here in the compendium. Now, I know it's not super easy to be able to level up your scholar, but if you keep the same companion as your scholar for your entire playthrough and you immediately allow them to research any of the little trinkets or pieces of iniquities at the lectern, then you're preparing yourself as best you can to be able to get the most out of exploring this tomb. It was a long road to be able to have access to this tomb, but here we are. We're within this portion of the map right outside the small tracker camp, and the portion of the map where the tomb is completely inaccessible until you have completed stage 5 of the Fate of Ludern. If you want to be able to see where you can pick up any of these missions and my playthrough of them, then I've got a separate video covering all of those, link in the description, hopefully also card in the top right hand corner. Once you have completed stage 5, then we get a python dropped for us here to be able to gain access to this plateau, which is right where the ruins are going to be. We have ultimately sided here with the trackers up against the Alizarian scholars. We signed on with the trackers so long ago back in Tiltrin, and throughout the game they have been a steady ally, giving us some of the greatest rewards and best equipment in the game, so I am certainly team tracker on this one. With all that being said, let's make camp, make sure our final preparations are in place to be able to get up on that plateau and begin exploring this final region. The story thus far is that the Alizarian scholars found a way to be able to capture phantom hunt animals, and then they used those as bait to lure out the beast, which is an even more dangerous phantom than the nightmares we have encountered previously. And they did all of that as a diversion to be able to gain access to the Tomb of the Ancients by drawing the trackers who were supposed to guard the tomb away. The people of the region believe the tomb is sacred and have not allowed anyone to go inside, but we are now part of the family, and they are sending us in after the scholars who have broken in. We're going to pick up 5 torches here, be able to go over to the master tracker. Entering the tombs is taboo for our people. The gods built them and still dwell there as spirits. Okay, that's ominous. I've never had the honor of going inside. You must be the first strangers who are allowed to set foot in there. What an unsettling day. But we must punish the raiders and stop them from causing any further harm in Ludern. Are you ready? Yes, we will recruit the Master Tracker. Well, she is an incredible level 8 blocker here, using the Hunter's Axe equipped with Strength Oil, which is guaranteed to proc, which is the bonus of the Hunter's Axe. As my memory serves, my party is horribly equipped to be able to go in here, because I have so many characters that are locked to two-handed weapons. I've got 2 spearmen, and they have no chance of being able to carry a torch, and then I have 2 archers, also no chance of being able to carry a torch. Axe, I want to leave with the massive legendary splitter here, but Odo, using the Legion two-handed hammer, while it is extremely effective, I think we're going to swap him out. And we're back. You guys have no idea how happy I am to see that little explore button. We are recording this a day later because I hit a bug where I was unable to be able to enter the tomb if I had sided with the trackers. A couple other players were experiencing this. Patch this morning was able to fix things up, so we are back on the trail. We have our light mechanic explained here. We have 150 units of light to be able to progress, and we have the Master Tracker incorporated within our party. I can't quite believe we're actually here. I never thought I would have this honor. We're about to explore the tomb of a man and a woman revered as guardian gods in Ludern, and are among the foremost deities of Harag. Alright, some of the founders, the ancients who went before us. Oh gosh, it's so dark in here. Do we have... There was a mechanic where some of these could be lit. Within the chest, we've got small item, ruby, a little bit of crowns. That's within the chest for the spearman. And then the chest in front of the archer, we have the exact same configuration. Interesting. The inscription reads Harun? Harun? Maybe the woman of this statue. The inscription reads Narses. Maybe the name of the man in the statue. Interesting. You can't select the chest now, so there's no puzzle of, say, needing to place an item inside to be able to complete something here. We just have the two branching paths, left or right. We always start left. Odriris? Turn back and explore further. Interesting. Oh, hey. Got the little urn. You always want to go for these. Turning back will cost us 1 unit of light, while pushing forward will cost us 3. So we don't have all day to be messing around here in the tomb, but it is easier to traverse passages that you have already been through. Please don't kill me. I know it's sacrilege to even enter this place, but I beg you, hear me out. I was standing watch outside to stop smugglers or Alizarians from sneaking inside when this vile creature attacked me. A rat! A plagued rat! It lunged at me and knocked me over, then ran inside the tomb. Ooh, and he's been bitten. Okay. So, they don't have access to any plague cures outside of the smugglers. So we can recruit him to be able to join in the party. We can let him go with a torch. Sure. Hop on in, my friend. He is classed as a runner. Did that actually cost me? Yes, it cost me a cure for the plague. And he has wild marking. Interesting. Oh, come on. I can't give him a torch? He's going to be part of my party, but I cannot equip him with a torch? That feels a little unfortunate, even though he has a free offhand. We'll press on. You are being followed. Your companions can hear a raspy breath echoing against the walls. Suddenly, your torches illuminate a distorted face. The creepers are here. Level 7 creatures of the tombs. I believe the creepers have been rebalanced as of one of the more recent patches, so they are not so incredibly hard hitting, but there's more of them now. We have a pocket that we can deploy into up here, and we have a pocket down here. And now we have to think about dispersing both our torchbearers and our units with heal. Oh, wonderful. Odriris is now considered an important character. If he dies, I have to restart. Thank you, game. Thank you. Equip torch. Oh, he can. Okay. Okay, that's making me feel just a little bit better. He has a skill to be able to equip torch. Does the master tracker have that skill? Nope. Not a chance. She does have animal bond to be able to give deflection to our animal companions. So I think we want to be able to swing around, say get Fozzie up here. Then we have the master tracker. We need somebody with a torch, but then I want Clint, our beastmaster. Wolfie as well. They can serve as a unit because Odo has heal, and then master tracker has deflection to be able to give to the animals, and Clint has the attack order. He's also got Flaming Arrow to be able to provide a little bit more light for us. First thing, we'll push Fozzie up. Monstrous swipe to the Mole Rat. We'll see how the rest of this goes. Oh, we got a creeper already. Critical hit up against Snipe. Oh, no. We need to bring Eowyn down so that we can consolidate our light. We spotted another creeper out there. I guess I should have been taking her movement in just half-meter increments. And we'll pop this Mole Rat. Remembering that the creeper is out there, I can push Jab up a little bit to try and feel him out. There we go. We get the attack here. Okay, now we start falling back. Oh, no. The sight range is so tight. Okay, we're killing so much movement here. Stab the creeper. Yeah, they have severely reduced the creeper health. And I think damage as well. But there's more creepers compared to mole rats. Whereas before, they were kind of mini bosses in their own right, especially with how hard they could hit. Oh, dearest, why did you have to go so far out of our circle of protection? True frustration is starting to set in, babying these characters through. We'll move Odo up, but unbeknownst to us, Fozzie's actually blocking because we have rubble here and rubble here. So Odo just has to pass. Oh no. Oh Dearest, are you gonna bring us to a quick end? Jab's taking care of mole rats out here. Stabbing in the dark. I guess he was still able to jump up on him even though he had his spear wall deployed. It's a little unfortunate. We need Eowyn to be able to come in. Oh, they're all right up here. All around Odiris. Good gosh. So, fire sword here. And then, honestly, here's the thing is if we use torches in battle, we don't have them to be able to light our exploration within the tomb. But this is a big turning point. We'll go torch attack. Be able to get the extra damage out. Then I can go destabilizing strike, kill the creeper. And then I should still be able to move Eowyn up. Oh, 2 more creepers? No way. This whole party is in deep trouble. And another one, no! Now I'm just shooting my fire arrows out to be able to get vision on the map, and that one actually, it really paid off. I was able to find, what is that, 3 mole rats? Clint, what do I do with you? The only way we're able to get out of here is if Fozzie is able to move, and I do want to be able to move him so that he can dispel the burning on him. So maybe I actually pull Clint back a little bit into this corner. Hopefully that doesn't trap Wolfie completely. Well, kind of does. This is a little daring, but with the illumination from the fire here and how low health these mole rats are, Snipe is going to cut up along the rubble. And then, oh, we could fire in to be able to support just about anybody out here. I guess we take it against these rats. And then we can set up barrage. We need to advance a little farther. Barrage to be able to make sure that we deal with any of those. What angle do I take? I think I take this angle. That's my hunch. I should have been able to support more over here. But I think that angle is too harsh. It's too far to be able to both catch the mole rats and then support Eowyn. His animations are just, the slightest bit wonky as he drops the torch to then throw his axe like a javelin, but, I'm not going to complain. He's getting work done over there. Oh, Dearest is already down to dying, and Eowyn is really taking a beating here. We don't get an exact count of our enemy numbers, but based on our progress bar, we can see that we're coming out to the end of this. We might be able to weather it. Okay, Fozzie, time to be able to bust out of here. So you need to go Intimidating Growl to apply Fragility, then Monstrous Swipe. No. So here's the thing. Burning is going to do 20% of Fozzie's health. If I simply disengage, then I take 100% of the mole rat's dexterity, or 105% of the mole rat's dexterity, which is 8. So it's better for Fozzie to disengage and take that. Why is it up to 24? How is he doing so much? Oh, it's so much because of strength in numbers. It got amped up an extra 50%. So it would have just been 12 damage. That still feels higher than the 105% of 8. They're doing funny math on me. So now what does Fozzie want to do? Fozzie wants to just fall back a little bit because Odo can get into the middle and destroy all of those. So we'll push Fozzie out. Jab was able to get a stop on the mole rat. That's very nice to see. Okay, Odo, it's your time to shine, my friend. Oh no! I switched him out of his two-handed mace. He has a one-handed mace right now. We still should be fine because poisoned impact can come across. We could use the torch again. I don't really want to do that. I think we just go for killing this one. And then, because we are carrying the torch, we need to be able to get up and get eyes on what is happening out here on the map. Odo has so much movement. I think he comes all the way across to be able to assist over here. That's where things are the worst. And now Wolfie is free to be able to finish off this mole rat. We're able to roll up this entire flank. Wolfie, position yourself up here in case there's any real stragglers out there. That's galvanized. We need to get healing to Odiris because otherwise we still lose the battle if he dies. Things are coming up in our favor. This creeper, oh, he just gets straight up killed. That animation with the lighting effects of the tomb is incredible. Okay, Eowyn, you are in quite the bind. So let's clean out these guys. Oh, they're demoralized and flee. Yes! Let's take it. We're gonna get out of here. Whew, so how bad is it? I'm gonna have to... Oh, willpower reduced by half? I don't mind about that. And now he's got a torch because of his skill. Amazing. Also, Eowyn's injury is a sprain, so that does not hinder us here. We want to be able to repair Loki's armor. He just got devastated in the early rounds. Spend our materials here. We still have 10 medicine, 4 plague cures, and then 19 raw materials, but we're able to create 2 new raw materials at the end of every rest. We have 2 more branching paths. This place is so large. And a central pillar. A scholar companion might be able to decipher the inscription on this headstone. Indeed, he might. Odo, go for it. The inscription reads, Harun, you who walked the path of the stars first, soon reunited together. The rest is unreadable. I wonder if you actually get different options depending on how many words you have learned, because if we go to the compendium and then runes and relics, I've learned town, building, and then deciphered the Builder's Codex Chapter 1. So I wonder if you were able to progress farther around this, if you'd be able to read more, or if it's just, marred by the years or a poor inscription. Once again, we will cut off to the side. Oh dear, they're bringing these markings back, and I haven't been keeping close track. This is the first one that I have remembered to notice. We've got red with the circles. In the previous tomb, they gave us a code on how to be able to get out, or at least take the shortcut out. So we will break into the tomb. We're also going to try and decipher over here. There it is. We have learned the rune Celebration. The grave is empty? That's impossible. The goddess's body should be here. Those damn scholars, they had the gall to move her? We must find them before they take her from Ludern. We must rescue the relics. It seems like there's a body in there, but... Oh, the inkstand reduces by 1 the number of rests required to rebuild an antiquity. That is a huge deal. And we got another small antiquity. Here's the plagued rat who bit Odirus. You can have revenge, my friend. And here we're at yet another branching path. This tomb is enormous. Here with the rat, we're able to capture it, recruit it. We can kill it for meat, which is not worth really anything. Or we can do nothing and let it go. We're going to go for capture. I don't want it biting me. So we will tame it. There we go. The companions think it's a great idea to be able to have the plagued rat on our side. Level 7 plagued rat, no less. Alright, let's kit him out. Do we want Snooper to be able to find cheese, or do we want Carrion Eater? If it kills an enemy, this unit's food consumption is cancelled for the next meal. The thing is that the plagued rat's consumption is only 2 anyway, so we want to be able to find cheese passively. Call of the Swarm calls on 1 unit of its type, can only be used from 50% of health remaining. Now, the time that I did use this, it seemed bugged because the other rat came in on the enemy's team. It's kind of hilarious. If we got survival of the species and we found another plagued rat, they would be able to multiply after a rest, and I would just be able to have a continuous swarm of rats. And then at level 8, you get Nocturnal Growling. So it is enraged at night, dealing extra 30% damage, or Remarkable Organism, meaning that it cannot die from damage caused by damage over time sources. We'll go for Call of the Swarm here just to see. I mean, I don't know how long he's really gonna survive. And we will, of course, name him Remy. Alright, Remy. We'll see. Are you a 1 combat companion? Is that all you're gonna be able to get? We'll go on through these catacombs here. 3 paths open up before you. A banner hangs in front of each one. Which way will you go? The path of the moon, the path of the stars, or the path of the sun? We had a reference to walking the path of the stars before. So we're gonna go for path of the stars. And here we are in a treasure room, it seems. We get a golden key. Fantastic. Keys are so valuable. We have a little puzzle. We have another symbol. The blue diamonds. We've learned of the Rune Forest. Very interesting. Oh, interesting. We don't get to choose a new path, even though there were the 3 branches. It's just what banner you walk underneath. Did that change anything for us? Did we make the right choice, choosing the path of the stars? We have so many fragments of antiquity. Combatants Codex, Chapter 1. We're still a rune short here. The door is locked. The door does not open from this side. It seems like there is a puzzle here. But we've only found two of the 3 symbols. We've been writing them down. So we need to be on the hunt for our 3rd symbol, or we have to guess. And the thing is, in the previous tomb, this was booby-trapped, so that if you got it wrong, then your character gets a sprain, which means you either have to spend all your medicine on them, or you have to appoint a new character as a scholar. There is something in the folds of this banner. I've gained knowledge. There's knowledge in the banner. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to argue, but it doesn't look like my knowledge went up either. We'll use the golden key here on the chest. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 and unstable oil. After attacking an enemy in close combat, has a 30% chance to follow up with an attack of opportunity? Are you kidding me? That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, we're going to use that. We're totally going to be able to use that because we have the Hunter's Axe. If we find a high enough leveled Hunter's Axe out of the trackers, then you get a guaranteed activation of the oil. So you'd be guaranteeing double attacks. That sounds so good. Especially when you compound that to something like Poison Vial, so that you have a 30% chance on every attack to be able to apply poison, and then you're guaranteeing 2 attacks a turn. Oh, we've made it back. We've made it back to this room somehow. How did we know this is a new place? I feel like this is a new place. Inspect. A scholar companion might be able to decipher the inscription on this headstone. Alright, Odo, what can you decipher? Beware whom you challenge, intruder. Know that Nerses never lets a offense go unpunished. Okay. And yet more branching paths. This place is enormous. There is a 3rd symbol, yellow triangles this time. And the other tomb. Is this one also going to be empty? Or is this one going to be booby-trapped? It did say beware. And would an offense be breaking into his tomb? It probably would, right? Yeah. Yes, the sarcophagus was booby-trapped. Remy was injured. Oh no, Remy! He hasn't been in combat yet and he already got hurt. No body here either. Curses. Wouldn't that reset the booby trap? Yeah. How did they manage to plunder both of them, especially without looking like they disturbed them? Meanwhile, we are hacking them to pieces. We've learned the rune for death. Amazing. Our knowledge of the ancients grows considerably. Would we be able to decipher? Yes, we'd be able to decipher the Builder's Codex. So this is from the other tomb. And we would be able to decipher the Combatant's Codex, but not Chapter 2 yet. The atmosphere in the halls is strange. Your companions can sense eyes watching them. A pot shatters on the floor, giving away the creatures that were following them. And we have more combat. If anyone was interested, I didn't bother healing Remy because I don't think he's worth the healing potion. And he's not even providing me a circle of vision, so useless on all accounts. Bye, Remy! And this is the situation this bow could only dream about. 4 targets. Let's go. Well, that combat wasn't so bad. We got a couple upgrades to level 7, and Odiris added a fracture to his previous head injury. On top of starting this encounter, having contracted a plague wound. Well, we can inspect the bones, the Warrior's Codex Chapter 2, and a Collar of Loyalty? Was he a Beastmaster or was he some kind of slave? Every time this unit kills an enemy, you gain a Valor point. That's pretty interesting. We could give that to Fozzie. And there's just a whole pile of bones over here. These warriors were buried at the same time as the main occupants of the tomb. Hard to say whether it was an honor or a sacrifice. Ugh. And there we have connected back at the beginning. I believe this is the very beginning. Yes, the two statues. This was where we started. So we can just trek back, and now we have 3 symbols. As long as they are the right ones and the mechanic works the same as in the previous tomb, we should be able to advance quite quickly to be able to make it back to the door and then the puzzle right here. Alright, Odo, do not fail me now, my friend. That silhouette's kind of creeping me out. Alright, so we had the, no, this one's all red. We had the red circles, and then we had blue and yellow triangles. Just like so. Press the button. Yes, the mechanism clicks into place and the door is open. Is this going to build up to our encounter with the scholars? The atmosphere in the halls is strained. We've already seen this. Okay, so they just have flavor text to be able to dump us into yet another battle. There's no way the scholars survived, right? The creepers just have eaten all the scholars at this point. Ah, thank goodness we won that one. You really don't realize how important just being able to see the entire battlefield is until they take that away from you. Loki up to level 7. I'm mostly just following the double ups here to be able to give them well-rounded stats. His movement is already insane. His constitution is not super important. So we'll go for willpower because that'll build into crit. Snipe getting able to level up. Oh yes, the crit build is really coming together here with a lot of double ups. This grave was emptied recently. You can still see the imprints left by 2 bodies and the weapons buried with them. Ah. Drats, we almost had them. I was hoping we would find the gods' bodies buried here, but they really did take them. The scholars stole everything, their weapons, scrolls, jewelry, everything. No wait, look down this hallway. They dropped some of their loot when they fled, which means we interrupted them. If there's still a chance to catch them, we must try. Let's get out of here quickly. Grabbed another rune off of this wall. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the room. So now we turn back. There, we've made it out. Halt. Stop right there. We actually caught up with them. By the all-seeing eye. You again. How did we manage to miss them? I guess the idea is that as we were rotating around the circular tomb, they just went the other way. You're running away with your tail between your legs, scholars. After unleashing the beast on Ludern, desecrating the tomb and stealing the bodies of our gods, you have the nerve to make off like thieves. Mercenaries, will you bring justice to Ludern and its trackers? It would be my pleasure. The professor herself is not adding anything of note to the battle, but her lieutenants and the foot soldiers are very hardy fighters. I'm not too worried about the tacticians or phalanx soldiers though, so we'll see how this battle goes. Oh, Hadwich goes first. Straight for the master tracker, yes. I'd love to see this battle. There we go, the master tracker striking back. I don't think the professor stands a chance there. No, Peppa 2 just cannot keep the boar alive. Oh, and that's the end of our friend the professor. She barely scratched the master tracker. Barely. Oh no, Peppa. Oh, you kids get the character model dead on the ground. Can't keep our boars alive, can we? We did it! You did it! I would love nothing more than to invite you to a great feast to celebrate this victory, but there is still much to be done. The artifacts and bodies stolen by the scholars must be returned to their rightful place. Here's your reward as promised. I would also like you to have the gods' relics. You deserve them more than anyone. Oh, yes! You're part of our people now, and I say this in earnest. You protected us from the scholars and the beast while keeping the gods safe. Who else, if not you, could be called children of Harag? You have finished the fate of Ludern. It is time to go forth and explore other regions. I agree, of course, that there is more to do, but first we must see what we have found here within the treasures of the tomb. Oh, it is over. We hit our second game-breaking bug in that the companion who we healed with the plague-ridden wound in the tomb would not leave the party after the quest was complete. Rather than waiting for the developers to patch the bug, which I'm sure they will do soon, I reloaded an old save, handed him a torch, and then told him to go screw off and try and find a plague cure somewhere else. But now it is time to talk about what we won. We have fully reassembled both legendary items out of this tomb, and oh, they look incredible. We have a hunting bow and a hunting spear. They are clearly meant to be played in tandem. Let's break down how they work out. Each one has the ability to apply a unique mark, and if it is attacking an enemy who has the mark from the other weapon, then they will consume that mark for a bonus. The way this works is if the bow attacks first and then the spear follows up, the spearman will be able to gain a free attack of opportunity against the target. And if we flip it and the spearman attacks first and then the bow follows up, then you will be able to gain 2 valor points. The flexibility here between the two weapons looks really interesting, and on top of that, the stat line for the weapons is incredible and their damage ratios are at least decent. Let me know if I missed anything down in the tombs and if you guys have anything you are particularly hoping for as the developers continue to give us new tombs to be able to clear as they add regions to the game. Until next time, thank you guys for watching and have a good one.